Hey everybody, it's Jeff. This is going to be part 44 of the Thunder Model Scammell transporter build, 135th scale. I've got this guy back out, which we haven't seen in a little while, and I'm trying to do the last couple of little things for getting it ready for some paint. So let's go down to the bench and I'll show you what's going on and what I still need to do as far as I can tell. Be right back. Thanks. Okay, here's our chassis. I put the swivel part back on here for the wheels, and I've masked off where the tires will glue on, so I don't have to deal with, with a glue joint with paint on it at a later date. Okay, so that's pretty good shape. I've got the cab here. I didn't glue this in yet. It's still loose, although it's a real tight fit. And then I've got this I need to glue in like so. I think I can go ahead and get paint down in there. I may do a little bit of painting just down under the benches and things before I put this on, just to give us make sure we got good coverage. But this will, let's see, this will go on here. It is a extremely tight fit. Let's see here, make sure I'm in the right spot. Not even sure if I can do this on camera or not. Needs to go forward just a tiny little bit. See it? There we go. Okay, there we go. It is really, really close. This is warped just a little bit here, if you can notice. But once I put the top on, it'll straighten that all out. Shouldn't be a problem. Matter of just, there's a little slot that everything needs to connect to. Here we go. Hey, there's our top. I do need to glue the fenders on. The fenders, the joints, not the connection points are not the best. There's just one little bitty point, and I need to make sure that they line up with the with the body. They're square. I got to look and see. I'm not real sure. This is, if you can see, it's wider on this end than this end. So I'll have to look back and see. Let's see. I'm just looking at the instructions real quick. Well, I can flip this around. Yeah. Okay, from what I can tell, see, it's very difficult. Looks to me like the short end goes toward the front. Okay. Oh, and I never did find that gas cap. So we're going to I'll have to come up with something. Scratch build something. So the short side goes to the front. So that would be like this. So this will be this side. They are really kind of precariously mounted there. I want to glue them and make sure they're straight and then leave them for a while to get everything exactly where it goes before I do any painting. This one will go over here. Same way. One thing I'm having a little bit of an issue with is this. Okay, this will fall apart, obviously. It's supposed to go right here, but the way this steering is, it's in its own way. I'm not sure just what their thoughts were on that. I think that it's supposed to go out just a little ways, be spaced out. The other problem I'm having is with the tire. Let me hang on a minute here. Here's the all the wheels, those are finished. With the this thing's really fragile. With this on here, the basket just almost touches. I'm thinking it's supposed to sit about like this, which just gives you just a tiniest little bit of space. Not much, but I'll have to work that out. I have a feeling though that this sets out just a little ways rather than tied up against the frame would be my thinking on it. So anyway, I've got to work all that stuff out. Got just a little bit of tiny, oh, I thought I saw a little tiniest little bit of paint on there. Anyway, I don't, yeah, there it is. Just a little bit of green paint, like it scuffed it there. I'll have to touch that up. All right, well, here's our hood. And I'm going to need to do just a little bit of clearancing here. This is just kind of my planning stages here. This is set, I'm pretty sure exactly where it needs to go. If I can see the little, yeah, there's the little marks. It is keyed. I'm afraid to touch it. Okay, that's exactly where it's supposed to go. Right there. I seriously doubt I can keep it right there. So we need to do this. This is sitting just a little bit farther back than it should. So I'll probably just sand this back just a little bit. And then I've got the radiator that needs to go here. Get that all together. Okay, so I can paint the, I can probably go ahead and glue in the radiator. I think that'll be all right. Whoops. Get that all lined up. Glue the radiator in. Alright, I'll go ahead and do that stuff off camera. I've got to glue these on, but I think I'm going to do a little painting first. But I'll be back in a little bit and I'll show you kind of where I'm at, okay? Thanks. I've got the front tires just sitting in place. And I've got the fenders glued on, and I'm trying to really hard to get everything to be as close to square as I possibly can. I also found the little gas cap. It was in one of the containers. So I'm just waiting for this to kind of firm up so I can continue. I also glued the back of this on, and then there's pieces for each side. I think this is about as far as I can go without doing a little bit of spraying. And then once I get a little bit of spraying inside, I can glue this part on. And then I've got the seat cushions and all that to paint and everything. And then once this is all painted on the inside, I'll put the roof on, and then we'll get the outside painted. I'll also get the radiator in place once I can get all this back in here to get the spacing just right. So we'll let this stuff firm up, and I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, all this stuff is whoop, let me get this tape off of here. All this is pretty firm now. I put the wheels on, and I used some 1, 2, 3 blocks to kind of square everything up and get the fenders in place. They're pretty firmed up now. I think I got them just about right. One other thing I wanted to do, and I glued these sides on off camera. I think I can get in there okay and do some priming without too much problem. And then when I get that all painted, then I can go ahead and put the front on here and get the inside all finished up. What I wanted to do is get the radiator in place. I was watching Peter at Scammell Modelings and kind of lost track of time just a little bit. I got a little bit done while I was watching, but not a lot. Let's see if I can get this lined up. Get this back on here. I want to get use this kind of as a way of, this is just barely fits. Boy, the fit is so tight on this. There we go. Okay. So I want that right there. And then I want to put the hood and the radiator, and then I'm going to glue the radiator in, but not the hood. I'll leave it loose. And I need to get that lined up where it goes. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on that, I think. And then I'll move it around just a little bit. Whoops. To get it exactly where the hood lines up. A little bit up there. Okay. It's a little crooked. That's really crooked. Okay. Need to get it better than that. Okay, let's put this in. See if we can't get it just where I want it. Try and the radiator wants to lean forward just a little bit. Where's my tweezers? Okay, I'll try that again. Okay, that's setting where I want it to. That's setting a little bit crooked. Okay, that's pretty darn good. Just hold it there for a minute to let the glue firm up. I want it to lean back just a tiny bit. The radiator hose is kind of pushing it forward just a tiniest little bit. I might actually just take a little bit off of that end of that hose. Just a tiny little bit. It's always a problem with radiator hoses and that kind of stuff, because things never quite seem to match up where they're supposed to. Okay, let's see how we're doing now. Okay, there we go. Twist that just a tiny bit. Okay, I'm real happy with that. I'm going to leave that hood there until I get the until the radiator firms up, and then this will go on here, which will be after I get some painting on the inside done. Oh yeah, it's all coming together pretty good. I've still got doors and glass and a few other things to do, but when this firms up really good, I think I'll probably go ahead and start doing some priming, which will be probably next time that you see it. I know this video is not very long, but I had to kind of get some preliminary stuff done to make sure that I didn't leave anything out that I wanted to get primed. So there'll be the fifth wheel on here that I've got in another box. That can set in later. That doesn't have to be glued in. Oh yeah, I think we're coming right along here. God, I hate to even try and pick it up, but it is getting there. I know the cab will fall off if I tip it too much. But yeah, that's kind of the way it's going to look. Okay. Well, really appreciate you guys watching. Next time you see this, I'll have some primer on at least part of it, okay? All right. Talk to you later then. Okay, bye-bye.